morning, everybody, and welcome back to Spending Time with Gregory. I hope everybody had a real good night, having a real good morning. It's early morning, guys. I'm out here on the beach, coming to you with Spending Time with Gregory. You know, I was reading one of my comments from a lady last night, and she was telling me about her husband makes tasty shakes for her in the morning. She was watching one of my juicing things, and she was telling me how her husband makes tasty shakes for her in the morning. And she was also telling me about she was dealing with an illness, a disease, and she also asked me, "How are you doing?" You know, I thought to myself, you know, and I did some research. I went on her page to see, oh, who is this lady, you know, asking me, how am I doing? And she has a YouTube channel, and all her YouTube photos were in a hospital bed. And I was like, wow. And she asked me, how are you doing? And that meant a lot to me. And, you know, and she says she's going to keep watching my videos, and she's encouraged me to keep bringing videos, and that's what I plan on doing. You know, what I wanted to come to you guys, I was riding my bike yesterday, and I was thinking about, you know, I'm an athlete, so I'm always thinking about competitive stuff, and I was thinking about, I self-reflected, and I asked myself, Greg, are you competing or are you geeking? And that's me self-reflecting. Now, when I use the word competing, I mean winning, being a better person, doing things to be a better person. You know, am I competing? That's what I use that word for. Now, when I use the word geeking, it's almost like a street term, you know, geeking. And I use that term, geeking, as like distorted thinking. You know, are you distorted thinking? And I remember when I was a little kid and I was playing Little League baseball or football, and I remember competing. Now, I remember going to the park and playing on real good teams. Now, take me back. I remember coming to the plate, bases loaded, we're down 1 point. It's 2 outs, and I'm the batter at the plate. Now, it's bases loaded, the last inning, 2 outs, and we need 1 run to win this game. And I'm at the plate. Wow. And for a lot of years, I came through at the plate. I was competing. I was competitive then. And I also remember coming home one night after a football game in high school. I was in high school, and I was coming home one night, and it was after a football game, and it was late. And I remember coming to the door, getting ready to come in the house, and my mom was standing at the door. And she asked me, she said, Greg, why are your eyes red? And then I thought to myself, you know, that's when I started geeking. I wasn't competitive anymore. You know, I wasn't competitive anymore. I started geeking. And for a lot of my years, you know, after even completing high school, playing football, you know, I wasn't competing anymore. I was geeking, you know, once I got with the wrong crowd. Now, young people, if you're hearing me, you know, you want to continue to compete. You don't want to start geeking, guys, you know, because I geeked for a lot of years. I wasn't competitive anymore. I didn't have that competitive edge anymore. I was always geeking. You know, and that was an interesting thing, you know, and I challenge you today, you know, ask yourself, are you competing or are you geeking? Today I'm competing. You know, I'm challenging myself every day to be a better person. I'm challenging myself to help people, you know, uplift people, do things different. You know, I'm not geeking today, guys. And hopefully I can encourage some people through my videos to start competing. To start competing, guys. You know, thank you guys for coming along for this journey, this video diary. I love coming here speaking with you guys. I I'm out here on the beach early this morning. You guys got me out here. You guys got me out here. Wanted to bring you a video, exercising, riding my bicycle, just staying focused. This video diary is really helping me out to change a lot of things. I no longer, why work on distorted thinking, on a day-to-day basis. I want to, like I said, I want to compete, guys, and I want you to compete with me. Compete, with your families. Compete in life. Be a better person. Everything positive on spending time with Greg. That's why I try to bring positive videos. You're going to hear basically almost the same thing every time I speak to you guys, bringing positive things, a positive message. It helps me out. It encourages me to do better. It's wonderful out here on this beach, guys. Breathing fresh air. I guess you can hear the air in the background. There's people out here walking. There's people out here just having fun. Help walking. Yeah. If you can look in the background, you can see the palm trees blowing. Everything's going pretty good, guys. I getting ready to get back on my bicycle, do a little more riding. I have class that starts at 9 o'clock. So hopefully I can bring you guys another video by the end of the day. But hopefully, guys, you like that topic. Are you competing or are you geeking? Are you competing or are you geeking? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself. Am I caught up in a bunch of distorted thinking? Am I being the best person I could be with my family, with my friends, with my siblings, with my kids? Yeah. I try to self-reflect, guys. What am I doing today? I feel great, guys. I feel good. Look forward to talking to you guys later on today and spending time with Gregory. Just keep watching. Like, subscribe. Tell your friends that Greg's coming on. Spending time with Gregory. Love you guys.